Black American living in Mexico? Black expats? Do Black Americans live in Mexico? Hi, I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting not live from Mazatlan, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. In case you didn't notice, I'm an African American, Black American, you can call me what you want, but I'm a black guy. And this video is going to be about the benefits of being black and moving from the United States to Mexico. And I tell you what, being black in the United States is extremely stressful because you know when you're black living in the United States, you know that you are black 24/7. Now I know that I have a couple of different audiences here. Some black people are gonna listen to what I have to say and they're gonna be sitting there saying, really? Yes, that's right, that's right. And then I have my Caucasian viewers and I don't know what you guys are gonna think, but listen on, it's all good. I'm going to say some things today that are very sensitive. So I know I'm going to lose some subscribers today, but I've been meaning to make this video for quite some time, and I feel that certain things definitely need to be said. When I was growing up in the United States, cancel culture was full go. On television, black people had just been canceled. Mayberry RFD didn't have no black people. You got Andy, Opie, Aunt B, Barney. Wasn't no black people in Mayberry RFD. The Brady Bunch. Ain't got no black people on the Brady Bunch. Beverly Hillbillies. You ever see any black people in the Beverly Hillbillies? Black people got canceled. There weren't any. You watch television and you're black, you just think to yourself, ain't no black people. Black people just don't exist. They're not putting us on television down here in Mexico either, but there's a real extreme sense of freedom when anybody moves to Mexico. I have a good friend, she's white, she's 75, really active, boogie boards like every morning when the sun comes up, and she says, Bill, when I come down here and I get off the plane in Mexico, I just feel free. Her excitement about the freedom when you're black and you move to Mexico, multiply that by 10, and that's how good you feel in Mexico. I guess the real reason I moved to Mexico was I was going to Dartmouth College, and everybody at Dartmouth has to leave the campus if you're studying a language and go to the country where the language is spoken. I was studying Spanish, so I decided to go to Mexico, and I lived in San Luis Potosi for 9 weeks with a Mexican family. Mexicans loved me. I had a rich Mexican girlfriend. Her name was Nelly Gonzalez. Her daddy owned a car dealership. And she took me all around Mexico. We met all kinds of rich Mexican people. Nelly Gonzalez, if you're out there, drop me a line. When I would walk down the street, Mexican people would just come up to me and they would say, you play football? You play basketball? I say, no, I'm a college student. Well, come to my house, meet my family. And they would invite me over to dinner. One time, the president and some big company invited me to his mansion so I could eat dinner with his family. One guy introduced himself to me. He was a little short Mexican with a really nice car, my age, I was only 19, and his family was very wealthy. And he took me to concerts and to bars, and he just welcomed me into his family. That's the way that whole trip went, and I remembered that Mexican experience throughout my entire life. They didn't treat me like that in the United States. When you're black in the United States, strange things happen to you. I have a family member who is a radiologist out in Los Angeles, and he bought into this radiology department so that he could be one of the owners and doctors of the department. The first day he showed up early in the morning, walked up to the head receptionist, who was a nurse in the radiology department, and she looked up at him. She was a white lady, and she says, "Oh, just go down through all the rooms and get the garbage and put it in the garbage area down in the parking garage." And that's what he did. He went around, got the garbage, collected it all, took it down to the parking garage and threw all the garbage away. Then he went back to the same head nurse at the reception desk, and he says, "Okay, good morning. My name is Dr. Mills, and I think I'm your boss." Think about that. When I was growing up on the borderline of Columbus, Ohio and Grove City, I grew up on an acre and a third. It was like being in the country. We lived on a really bad curve, and every month, like clockwork, somebody'd be drunk, come off the curve, and their car would roll right into the middle of our football field size front yard. Because we were on the border between Columbus and Grove City, it was like a clock. I'd say, "Mom, another accident." Mom would get on the phone. She'd call the Columbus police, the Grove City police, and then, of course, the Franklin County police would show up, and maybe the state troopers. There was a really bad accident. One of the people got killed. One of the person was still alive. And all the police are there, and the Franklin County cop comes up to my dad, pulls out his gun, and he says, and puts the gun up to my father's head and says, "Okay, let's go." Rarely was it when the state troopers were there, but a state trooper walked up to the Franklin County cop, and he says, "Officer, this is Mr. Lewis. He owns the property." Think about that. Then there's the time I was a salesperson for a major corporation, a Fortune 500 company. I was their number 2 salesperson nationally out of 600 salespeople, and I was doing my thing, selling their stuff in Canal, Winchester, right outside of Columbus, Ohio. I was going to an architectural firm to sell them information services. I had my suit and tie on, my little shiny red car. I pulled up right in front of their offices. I could look inside. Their full first floor was all glass. I could see in there and see the people that I was getting ready to meet with. Suddenly, the Canal Winchester Police Department showed up. They asked me to get out of my car, told me to put my hands on the hood, and they frisked me. Then they put me in their police car, made me wait there for a little while. Ends up somebody, a black person somewhere on the planet, had stolen a car. They thought maybe it was me. I could look in the architectural firm and see all their people and the people that I was going to meet with to try to sell them my services looking out of their front window at me in the police car. The police let me go. I went in for my appointment. Well, I didn't make the sale. Think about that. Being black in the United States is like that all the time. I was accused of my car being stolen like 10 times in the United States. The list goes on and on. When you're black in the United States, you see things totally differently. And we see white people in the United States that can do things that black people just can't do. Imagine if Barack Obama was on videotape and had been recorded saying, "Grab them by the doot, 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 doot." Let me repeat that. Grab them by the doot, 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 doot. If Barack Obama had been taped saying that, that would have been game over. What if Barack Obama had a list of 20 women who say that he had sexually molested them? I would say that would be game over. Game over. And if you're a black person, think about this. And if you're a white person, go ask a black person what they think about this. What if what happened on January 6th, what if all of those were black people going through the Capitol building, breaking into doors, sitting in Nancy Pelosi's chair? What if those had all been black people? I'm not going to give you the answer to if that was true had happened, but black people know the answer. And if you're a white person and you want to know the answer, just go up to any black person that you know and ask them. It's really stressful being black in the United States, but living here in Mexico, I'm just a person. I'm just a person in Mexico. And the Mexican people treat me wonderful wherever I go. They treat me with much love and much joy and much respect every day wherever I go. Last night I had dinner with a senior citizen black couple. They had moved here from Las Vegas. Rudy and Sheila. We had dinner last night at this great restaurant. They wanted to get together and take me out and thank me for the videos that helped them get here. Rudy and Sheila have only been here for 3 weeks. We sat down at this beautiful restaurant with a sunset view on the ocean, and I looked at Sheila and I said, Sheila, how do you feel? She looked at me sincerely and she said, Bill, I feel so relieved. I've never been so happy in my life. This Mexico place, Mazatlan, it's wonderful. These people are great. I feel so free. I should have done this long ago. Please leave a comment. Tell us what you think. And if you like the video, please click the like button. We go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Come join us and you can ask questions about the joys of living in Mexico. So if you're a regular subscriber, you know that I tell people all the time to move to Mexico. You'll be so relaxed and you can really enjoy life so much more down here with all this beauty and love. But I'm going to take it a bit further with black people. I'm going to strongly suggest you take a good look at Mexico. Come down and visit. Hey, it's a brand new life down here. And if you're a regular subscriber, you know that I'm always encouraging young people to move down here. If you're 27, 30, 45, and you have an online job, really consider moving to Mexico. And I'm going to take it a notch further and say, if you're black and young and working online, come on down now. Don't wait. Your money will go further. You'll be free in the heart. You'll love yourself so much more, and you'll have a blast. Thank you very much for watching, and we encourage everybody to come to Mexico. It's a fabulous place to live. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. Thank you for watching. Click that subscribe button. We have many more videos to come, and we'll see you in the next video.